sudden rush of rainwater and sewage managed to shut down a key piece of the filtering process at the Woodward Water Treatment Plant earlier this week.
These are large screens that remove big solids that flow into the wastewater treatment plant.
To prevent widespread shutdowns and flooding, Nick Winters, the Director of Water and Wastewater Operations, says crews had to act.
We have gates that we're able to open at the facility to essentially send untreated wastewater or combined sewage right from our main pumping station to our discharge channel that goes out to the Red Hill Creek. And that's something that is approved in certain circumstances within our environmental compliance approval.
The city says the gates were open for just under 6 hours, resulting in over 48 million liters. That's just over 19 Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of raw sewage flowing into the Hamilton Harbour. McMaster University's Zobia Jawad, an expert in wastewater and stormwater management, says the effects could be long-lasting.
Combined sewage can have everything from nitrogen to ammonia to contaminants, any kind of contaminants, bacteria. All of this gets into our waterways, and with this ongoing threat of climate change and a lot of harmful algae blooms conditions can still arise within the water. So yes, the impacts can be long lasting.
Winters says this type of diversion is rare. The last time it happened was in 2015. However, other types of bypasses happen all the time.
Typically, though, we would see a secondary bypass. So we're seeing that wastewater is entering the facility. It's getting some level of treatment, and then we're forced to bypass our biological treatment step because it can't handle those flows.
The city website reports that since the start of the year, over 1 billion liters of water underwent secondary bypasses into the harbor. This new construction is meant to prevent such circumstances. This building over here is the old pumping station. This behemoth over here is the new pumping station that is nearing completion. And the city says it'll soon be able to control that increased rainfall during those storms. However, Dr. Jawad says this is just a band-aid approach in a time of extreme climate change.
The pipe systems that we have in older neighborhoods of Hamilton, for example, there's only one pipe that collects stormwater. It also collects your home sewage or institution sewage, for example. So we need to separate out the stormwater pipes from the sewage pipes.
Jawad suggests cities like Hamilton must adopt methods to contain rainwater before it gets to treatment plants.
Financial incentives. How can we have residents of Hamilton start collecting their rainwater and start using this when the extreme rainwater event is over? Maybe use that for their lawns, for example. Or they can use it for flushing down their toilets, for example, and use that water for those purposes, and start directing every single thing to our wastewater plants.
The city reiterated today that staff have followed all the necessary reporting requirements in the city's environmental compliance approval and have reported the incident to the Ministry of Environment.